Live. Hello guys, welcome back to yet another live stream. We have got the Carabao Cup 4th round draw coming at you very soon. We'll be doing a watch along for it. I hope you are all fantastically well, and I presume all of you that are already in here are very excited. Guys, it's great to be back on a live stream. We haven't done one in a while, so do get involved, drop a comment, let me know which team you support. We've got the draw coming up very soon at the conclusion of tonight's Carabao Cup games, where there's been a few interesting scores, nothing shocking, but we can touch on them very shortly. Hello to everyone. There's already 80 people in here, so make sure you've hit the like button. That's the first thing to do. Make sure you've subscribed as well. And like I say, share your thoughts. I mean, if you're watching live in particular, I'm curious to see what you've got to say. If you're watching after the draw, then feel free to share your thoughts after the draw. But we're going to find out which 4 teams are joining us from tonight's games with the 12 teams that have already qualified from yesterday and last week. It's been really spread out, this Carabao Cup, hasn't it? Oh, there's been a goal. No, disallowed. It looked like Tottenham had scored. So get your comments in, all of that good jazz. Let me know who you support and we will cover the draw when it gets underway. We've still got Grimsby, by the way, who are definitely the lowest ranked team left. I think they're the only League 2 team. We've got a couple of League 1 teams that have made it. And then how many Championship teams? I think we've got Swansea. Is that it? Is Swansea it? It might be. We'll have to run through all of it in a second. So first things first, do drop a like. Make sure to show some support, get your comments in. And just quickly, before we get into this, I do need to say a word from our sponsors. You might need to turn your headphones down because I'm not sure how loud this will be, but a massive thank you to Match Bingo. And before we get into today's video, I am delighted to say that today's video is sponsored by the amazing Match Bingo. Match Bingo is a fantastic, easy to play app where you can combine live football action with the thrill of bingo. Download the link in the description and use the code MATTSB, all in capitals, to get yourselves a one-time 200% deposit bonus. 18s and overs only and UK residents only. Be gamble aware, and thank you to Match Bingo for sponsoring us. Yes, a massive thank you to Match Bingo for sponsoring us, guys. Do check out the link in the description. Guys, get your comments in. Let me know your thoughts as this one comes at us very soon, the 4th round draw. So we're down to the final 16, as you can see, 16 ball numbers. Let's just, before I come to your comments, guys, and I know there's a lot of you in here, do get your comments down below, but let's just quickly check in on what's going on tonight in the Carabao Cup, where we can see there's been a few goals and no upsets on the card in the Carabao Cup tonight. Huddersfield 2-0 down to Man City. We've got Newcastle 4-1 up against Bradford. A few goals flying in there. Tottenham 2, Doncaster 0 as we head deep into stoppage time. And then Port Vale 0, Arsenal 1 was a later kickoff with 10 minutes to go. Once that game has finished, we will get the draw. So, who is involved? Brentford, Brighton, Cardiff, Chelsea, Palace, Fulham, Grimsby, Liverpool, Swansea, Wolves, Wrexham, Wycombe, and then, like I say, tonight's games as well, which does look like we're going to get all the favourites going through. But this is where things can get interesting, because what does annoy me a little bit about the Carabao Cup 3rd round draw is how it's sort of seeded because of the European competitions. So basically all of the European teams avoid each other, and then they all play the smaller teams, and we don't get a lot of upsets. We get a lot of the small teams being knocked out. In fact, have we had any upsets? Swansea beating Forest last week was a big one, I guess. Grimsby beat Sheffield Wednesday, but Sheffield Wednesday are in a crisis, aren't they? But yeah, still credit to Grimsby. So do share your thoughts. I mean, at round 4, can you start to get excited? Can you start to dream that it could be your year? Maybe. Like I say, a couple of the lower ranked teams here, you know, League 1 Cardiff City, League 2 Grimsby, Championship Wrexham and League 1 Wycombe. I think that is all of our non-Premier League teams. Let's go over to the live chat, guys. Let's read out some of your comments. As I say, we'll cover the Carabao Cup draw when it comes at us, which will be, like I say, after the Port Vale Arsenal game. Let's read out some comments, guys. Please do get comments down below. Matt, did you see Swansea 3, Forest 2? I did. I actually watched the last 10-15 minutes of it. It was absolutely bonkers. I'm not sure what Forest were doing, but fair play to Swansea. Speaking of Forest, last time I checked, they were winning in Europe against Real Betis. They were 2-1 up. Maybe we'll get an update on that soon. Looks like, have we had a goal at Spurs? I think we have. Let's go over there. Spurs 3, Doncaster 0. So that will definitely see Spurs into the 4th round. Right. What time is the draw going to start? Like I say, after the Port Vale Arsenal game. Guys, in the meantime, please just take 2 seconds to drop a like. It takes 2 seconds. I'll read out all your comments, but do drop a like. Cardiff Burnley upset. Yes, missed it. Slipped my mind. Is that the saying? Cardiff beat Burnley yesterday. Yes, let's quickly revise those scores from yesterday, just so it's fresh in the memory bank. Brighton beat Barnsley 6-0. Cardiff beating Burnley was an upset. Yeah, of course, because they're 2 divisions apart. Fulham beat Cambridge. Chelsea beat Lincoln. Wycombe beat Wigan. Wolves Everton. Wrexham beat Reading. And Liverpool beat Southampton there. Right, go on then, hit that like button. Let's see how many different fans we've got in here. Do comment down below with the team you support. Cardiff, Wrexham and Swansea all through. Good point, Joe. So, yeah, you got the 3 Welsh teams that are in the... Well, no, I suppose Newport are the final. They're the 4th Welsh team that are in the top 4 divisions of English football. But, yeah, 3 of them have made it. So, what's the chances of them crossing paths? Maybe Wrexham v Cardiff or Swansea v Cardiff? Swansea v Cardiff would be class, says Joel. Glimpse says Ewell. Yeah, fair play to Hull, by the way, beating Southampton at the weekend. I think Glimpse saw my apology and he quite liked it because I didn't get that one right, I must say. Right, how many different fans have we got in here? Cardiff fan, Southampton fan, but I'm out. What else have we got? Coventry, Grimsby, Blackburn, Swansea, Liverpool, Blackpool, Cardiff. So quite a few of you obviously supporting a team that's still in the competition. Let's go over to tonight's games where we have a couple of full-time results, which means we can start to clear this stuff up. So, full-time, Tottenham 3, Doncaster Rovers 0. It was Brennan Johnson who got the last goal there. Man City, 2-0 winners over Huddersfield Town. Bradford losing 4-1 at Newcastle. That is nearly a full-time result. We'll just... Oh, there we go. Full-time at St James's Park, which means we can start to tidy some of this stuff up next to me. So as I say, it's a night where the favourites have all sort of got through. Man City are through. You've got Newcastle who are through. And Spurs are through after beating Doncaster. Port Vale Arsenal, we will leave there like that for now because it isn't full time. And to be fair, 1-0, 6 minutes to go. If Port Vale equalise, they could win on penalties, couldn't they? So you never know. Right, Kelly. Big thank you to MATTSB for all the football content. It has been so helpful. Come on, Wrexham. Thank you so much, Kelly. Kelly, you absolute legend. You're always supporting us. And don't worry, I am going to get round to the Patreon questions because I know we've had a few coming in. So, yeah, feel free to check out the Patreon if you haven't already. But, yes, I will be answering those questions, Kelly. And thank you so much for the donation. And, of course, she is a Wrexham fan who is still going strong. And definitely at this stage, the opportunity of drawing one of the big Premier League teams is heightened because there's 15 possibilities, with you being one of the 16 teams. And, I mean, look at it. Man City, Newcastle, Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea, they're all through, aren't they? But who knows? I mean, if you're just thinking about progressing, do you want to try and get Grimsby next? But don't underestimate Grimsby. You never know. Right. Let's have a look at some more comments. Fulham v Brentford, says Karim. Yeah, that could happen. West London derby. Arsenal are playing terribly, says Aaron, who is a Grimsby fan. Well, you never know. Could Port Vale rescue something there? It's only 1-0. Right, like I say, keep your comments coming. We've got 530 people in here, which is absolutely fantastic. Do take 2 seconds to drop a like, actually. Let's see how we're doing. 140. Outrageous. Like 400 of you haven't hit the like button. So do drop a like and just comment, guys. Get involved in the live chat. I'll try and read out as many as possible. If I miss your comment, I am very sorry. Do comment again and I'll try and pick it up. Let's have a look. Swansea v Forest was crazy, says Lily. Yes, that it was. Kelly says, Grimsby scares me. Yeah. Well, they've beaten, I mean, in particular, beating Man United was incredible, wasn't it? Liverpool v Swansea, says Richard. That's his prediction, I think. Christopher says Liverpool versus Cardiff. Arsenal 2-0, says Christopher. Is it? Have you beaten me to it? It is. Game over. I think we know who the final team's going to be joining us tonight. Port Vale 0, Arsenal 2. That is probably that, isn't it? Oh, the poor Valiants, eh? But it does mean we get another one of the big boys through. And then also the chance of a big boy playing a big boy is quite heightened as well, with a lot of them making up the numbers here. We might get Liverpool versus Arsenal. We might get Arsenal versus Tottenham. We might get Man City versus Chelsea. So feel free to share your predictions. I should have done a simulation. Damn it. I was thinking to myself earlier, before the live stream starts, I was going to do a simulation and be like, look, let's see how many of this comes true. But I forgot. I am sorry. I'm very forgetful. That's awful of me. Right, keep your comments coming. Ollie says, I'm Matt's social media bodyguard. Cheers, mate. Cardiff versus Hollywood. Do you know what? The amount of Welsh fans we've got in the live chat, you know, because of Cardiff, Swansea and Wrexham all through. It's incredible, isn't it? Spurs versus Newcastle, says Emily. Cardiff versus family friendly. Yeah, okay, I won't read that out. Come on, you Spurs, says SD Football. He wants Wrexham versus Tottenham. That would be good as well, especially at the race course. I'd like to see one of the big boys going down to the race course. I mean, Wrexham nearly got Tottenham in the FA Cup a couple of years ago. I think they drew 3-3 with Sheffield United, and the winner was going to play Tottenham, but Wrexham lost the replay, and that was when Billy Sharp said what he had to say. Right. What time does the draw start? Very, very soon, guys. It will start, as I say, at the conclusion of the game at Vale Park. And what minute is it? 88. So we're very close now to the Carabao Cup draw starting. Have we covered everything? Yeah, so we'll get it all up and ready to go. Right, let's just do a big like spike, guys. There are 700 people and we've only got 198 likes. 2 more likes to 200. So go on, everyone take 2 seconds to drop a like. Make sure to subscribe as well, all of that good stuff. And as I say, familiarise yourselves with the ball numbers. I mean, is this possibly going to be the year of a surprise? Could Brighton do it? I was going to say, could Palace do it? But yeah, they already did last season. They won the FA Cup. Newcastle won the Carabao Cup. Of course, they're still in after their win over Bradford City tonight. Still going at Port Vale. 1 minute and 30 of normal time to go. And it's 2-0 to Arsenal. Could Wolves get to the Carabao Cup quarterfinals or semi-finals maybe? We will see. Thoughts on Gillingham going 21 unbeaten? They've had a great start to the season, haven't they? I'm trying to work out which games I've actually watched of League Two. I saw the Bromley-Gillingham game. That was obviously 2-2 with the last-minute goal, wasn't it? But fair play to Gareth Ainsworth, I must say. Can't believe I just caught that Arsenal goal against Man City when I popped over the other day. Yeah, that was the Martinelli goal. Let's read out as many comments as possible. Yeah, it'll be on Sky, won't it? I think Grimsby will win the Carabao Cups as Glimpse. Imagine that. Imagine, they just keep going. The thing is that the thing that's a bit frustrating about the Carabao Cup with the, should we say, smaller teams, without trying to sound horrible, is the semi-finals are 2 legs. It's just so hard to get past like one of the Premier League giants over 2 legs, isn't it? You know, in a one-off game, could you beat them at your place? Maybe. Like Grimsby v Man United. What if that went for a second leg at Old Trafford, you know? Grimsby probably still would have got through, actually, but you get my point. How can I watch the draw? It is on Sky, guys. But if you want to stay tuned in over here, then feel free to do so. And while you're here as well, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I think we're 2 subscribers away from 112,000, so that would be a nice little milestone. Keep it coming. Did you see Bradford's goal? Not tonight, no, because obviously they've been playing Newcastle tonight. Obviously the highlights haven't come out and I wasn't watching it, but I'll have a look. Andy Cook got the goal, I saw that. Black and White Army, says Finn, obviously a Newcastle fan. As I say, Newcastle are the holders. Can they hold on to it? Can they win it again? A lot of it genuinely does come down to the draw, doesn't it? If you get the draw of death repeatedly, it's just so difficult, isn't it? But can you get that favourable draw? Does everyone want to get Grimsby? I mean, we saw Kelly, the Wrexham fan, earlier saying they scare me. But realistically, are they the easiest game left? Or is that unfair on them? What about Cardiff? Are they Cardiff and Wycombe are the only League One teams, aren't they? and Port Vale, but they are about to go out. Let's head over to Vale Park. Still 2-0 to Arsenal. 91 minutes played. Nearly game over. Good evening, Matt and everyone, says Dave, the QPR fan. Good to see you, Dave. Nottingham Forest are winning their European return. Yes, now let me check in on that. They were 2-1 up last time I looked. And it is... Oh, it's 2-2. It's 2-2, guys. Oh, no. Anthony. Anthony scored for Real Betis. Oh, dear. Forest are not currently winning their return to Europe. 2-2 over in Spain. Right. As I say, the Carabao Cup draw is coming soon. If you've just tuned in, then, yeah, we've got it coming any second now, so don't go anywhere. Feel free to get involved in the live chat as we preview the draw. I don't know how long we're going to have to wait. Sometimes they make you wait a little while. But in the meantime, feel free to drop some comments and, yeah, drop a like and all of that good jazz. We've got everything set up. And then we'll go over to Sky when they do the draw. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Real Betis just equalised. Yeah. Up the Shrews, says Football Predictions with Tom. Out of every home game, Wycombe arguably the easiest, says Glimpse. Maybe. I don't know. What do we think? You know, can you say Wycombe's an easier game than Grimsby? Because they are a division higher. But I suppose what Grimsby have is momentum at the minute. But then Wycombe have got a new manager at the minute, so that's giving them a bounce for sure. Wolves versus Grimsby is what Kevin says. Also, if we've got any Grimsby fans in here, because I'm sure there's a few, I think I saw a couple a minute ago, who do you want? Let's not say who does everyone want to get Grimsby. Who do Grimsby want? Do you want that big day out at Anfield, away at Liverpool? Or do you want Wycombe at home, a chance to try and get through? I don't know. Matt, have you been to Wales? Come to Swansea this season. Yeah, I've been to Swansea before, but it was a few years ago. I think it was before I started the channel, actually. I went to Swansea Stadium. Never been to Cardiff Stadium, though. I need to try and do Cardiff. But obviously, they're not in the same league as Coventry now. But you never know, they might return. Let's go back to Vale Park. Seconds left. I think we know what the outcome's going to be. Arsenal's second goal has killed the tie, hasn't it? And it will be Arsenal getting through. And what do we think, guys? I mean, let's do predictions without trying to be too biased. And if you want to say Grimsby, you can. But who do you think is going to win the Carabao Cup? I know it depends on who draws who, but is it about time Arsenal won something? Could Spurs win something again? Can Newcastle hold on to it? Are Liverpool the standout favourites? Share your thoughts. Who do you think is going to win the Carabao Cup? Let's have a look. Matt, you're doing League One score predictions with Ben tomorrow. Yes, we've already recorded that. I kind of mixed up my schedule a little bit by accident, so that's now actually going out tomorrow. But he did release a clip on his channel, so do check it out. We talked about Bradford City quite a bit when we spoke. I think it was Monday we recorded. Man City will win the Carabao Cup. What else? Chelsea, Fulham, Swansea, Arsenal, Tottenham are going to win it. A lot of people are going for their own team, aren't they? 115 FC. Newcastle, says Glimpse. Imagine that. Imagine they do it back to back. Right, full time at Vale Park. So we can get rid of Port Vale, I'm afraid. Sorry. It's the way the cookie crumbles. And Arsenal get through. 2-0 winners. So this is your complete lineup. Brentford, Brighton, Cardiff, Chelsea, Palace, Fulham, Grimsby, Liverpool, Swansea, Wolves, Wrexham, Wycombe, Man City, Newcastle, Arsenal and Spurs. We've got one League Two team, which is Grimsby. We've got two League One teams, which are Cardiff and Wycombe. And I think Swansea and Wrexham are the only Championship teams. Have I missed anyone there? So that leaves us with 11 Premier League teams. You'd like to hope that a few of the EFL teams can get to the next round, because obviously after round 4 it's the quarterfinals, and then you can really start to think, oh, we're getting quite far. Right, let's have a look at some more comments. When is the draw? It should be very, very soon, because the Arsenal game has just concluded, so let's have a little look. Let's have a look. We'll have a look. Of course we'll have a look. Not seeing it. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that's not it. No, I think it'll start soon. We'll find out because we'll have Sky Sports set up. But yeah, in the meantime, do keep your comments coming. I'll read out as many as possible. Hello, MATTSB says JB. Good to see you, JB. Brentford are still in the cup as well, so that's good. Obviously, a Brentford fan. Let's have a look at some more. Wrexham at home to Liverpool, says Nick. Yeah, feel free to share predictions for the draw. Should I do one? I mean, what does it matter? But while we're waiting, I reckon Wrexham are going to get a big one. Wrexham versus Newcastle. Let's go with that. Wrexham versus Newcastle. That's my prediction for what it's worth. Absolutely worth nothing, but there you go. Yes, Matt, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Is Sophie having a boy or a girl? She's having a boy, Gemma. We announced it a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, she's having a boy, which is very exciting. Would have been exciting either way, of course. I think you should make a full 20-minute apology video for your Hull versus Southampton prediction. Can I say, by the way, Glimpse, I actually went for a draw, which is probably nicer than quite a few of the other content creators. I know Sophie went for Southampton. Do you remember Coventry's FA Cup run 2 years ago? Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, of course. I mean, that was unbelievable. And we were robbed, weren't we, by Man United. Kieran says, hi, Matt and chat. Thank you for the memberships, buddy. That's massively appreciated. Thank you so much, Kieran, and thank you once again to Kelly, who donated earlier. Feel free to get involved. You don't have to donate, but if you want to drop a like, which doesn't cost anything, then do drop a like and do subscribe to get involved in the live chat. We've got everything we need set up. So it's just a waiting game now. You beat us 3-2. Robbed, says Cham. I think he's a Wolves fan. We did beat you 3-2. Palace versus Brighton is Ewan's prediction. Yeah, what possible derbies can we get, by the way? There's quite a few, isn't there? We've got a couple of the Welsh teams. Palace and Brighton is a derby. Fulham, Chelsea and Fulham Brentford are derbies as well, of course. You got no derbies for Liverpool. Man City Liverpool's not like a proper derby, is it? It's a good match, like between two good teams, but it's not a derby, is it? Spurs Arsenal. Did I mention that? That's a derby. I think that's it. There's no local teams to Newcastle. They couldn't get a derby out of this. About time Tottenham draw a Premier League club, says Brian. Hi, Matt. Just wondering, what has Mudryk been banned or suspended at the minute? I don't actually know. I don't know. Does anyone know about Mudryk? Cardiff v Swansea, says Football Clips, is a derby, of course. Yes, it is. Guys, 2,000 people in here, so like I say, do drop a like. It takes 2 seconds. We're just waiting for the draw, so in the meantime, feel free to get comments down below and I'll try and read them out. Yeah, looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. We've got everything we need set up. Oh, have we? Yes, we have. So, let's just have a look at a few more comments until the draw does get underway. We will beat Brighton if we draw them. 4th versus 13th. 4th versus 13th? What do you mean? Oh, number 4 v number 13. Yeah, that's right. I thought you meant in the Premier League table. I was going to say Bournemouth are 4th. Where are Grimsby in League 2, by the way? I haven't looked at the League 2 table since last week. So let's actually properly work out how far down the pyramid they are. Because, of course, in the Carabao Cup, League 2 is the lowest division. I mean, Grimsby have been all right, haven't they? They did lose their most recent game in League 2, but they have been doing all right, to be fair. So many comments coming in. 20-minute wait till the draw. Is that right? Oh, full time at Real Betis, by the way, for anyone wondering. I know it doesn't affect tonight's draw. It's a Europa League game, but it's finished Betis 2, Forest 2. Are Forest happy with that? I haven't watched the game, so I don't know, but what do you think? Away from home at Real Betis? I know they've conceded late on, so they'll probably be a bit annoyed, won't they? Who would you want if we were in it? Asks Bassett Brush. Probably Wycombe. No offence, Wycombe. It's just because Coventry have a good record against Wycombe and they're one of the lowest ranked teams, so I'll say Wycombe. Although if you're asking me which big Premier League ground would I have liked to have gone to, I've not done Anfield, so that'd be good. I have done Newcastle, I have done Arsenal. I've not done Tottenham, so it'd be good to go to their new ground, of course. Southampton will win the cup, says Toby. They're not even in the cup, unless you're on about the FA Cup. Who do I support? I'm a Coventry City fan. I don't know if you can see my Coventry clobber all in the office. Can feel a South Wales derby being drawn. Yeah, possibly. Possibly, as I say. A few different derbies in there. Let me just unplug this. Give me just 2 seconds, guys. There we go, that should have fixed it. My TV just froze for a minute. Yeah, so keep your comments coming. Toonami, says Spooner. Go on, let's see how many different fans we've got in here. 2,300 people have tuned in, which is absolutely fantastic. Comment down below with the team you support. Let's see how many different fans we have before the draw does get underway. It's 10 o'clock now, so we know that means the draw is coming soon. It was meant to be after the Port Vale Arsenal game. We've got everything set up on Sky, so we'll be able to tell you what's going on as it happens. So yeah, which team do you support? And it's fine if you don't support one of the teams in the draw. Grimsby, Tottenham. Hey Matt, I'll be over for the Birmingham game on Saturday, says Ella. Yeah, brilliant. I'm looking forward to it. What's everyone's predictions for that? Coventry v Birmingham. Ooh, I hate local derbies. I love them, but I hate them. Just makes me nervous. I'm happy with the draw against Leicester, by the way. But now we're at home. Do we have to beat Birmingham? Maybe. Loads of Cardiff fans in here. Loads of Liverpool fans. We've got a Burnley fan. Obviously, they got knocked out by Cardiff. Wrexham fans, Swansea. Coventry, Southampton, Liverpool, Arsenal. Shamrock Rovers. Look at this. This is getting very mixed, isn't it? Look at all the different fans we've got in here. So I'm just heading over to the Europa League. Real Betis 2, Forest 2 is a full-time result. The stats suggest Forest should have won, especially in terms of like going forwards. The XG and shots and everything definitely favour Forest. So I think they'll see that as an opportunity missed, but still not a bad result. Just a reminder, guys, how these teams that are in the EFL Cup draw tonight got here. Of course, there were games last week. Let me just re-jog your memories. Palace beat Millwall on penalties. I think Millwall scored right at the death, didn't they? But Palace still won. Brentford Villa. Brentford won on penalties. Grimsby beat Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday having a really weird time of things. I know they've obviously got a crisis going on at the minute. They did pick up a great win at the weekend, but obviously they got knocked out by Grimsby in the cup. Swansea Forest was probably the game of the round. What an ending to this one. Liverpool beat Southampton last night. To be fair, the Saints gave it a go. Wrexham beat Reading. Wolves beat Everton. Wycombe beat Wigan. Chelsea beat Lincoln. Fulham got past Cambridge. Cardiff beat Burnley. Props to them. And Brighton smashed Barnsley. And then tonight, Man City, Newcastle, Spurs and Arsenal have all won, which means there was no surprises tonight. We got a couple, though, last week. I mean, no, we got Swansea last week and then Cardiff this week. The Welsh teams sort of trying to top each other there in terms of who had the best result. I think we're all set up. Love from India. Thanks. Cheers. Look at all the people tuning in from everywhere. We've got India. We've got people tuning in from America. Love it. Thank you so much. Like I say, just waiting for the draw. There's so many comments. If you want to have a comment read out, feel free to get involved. I won't miss it, guys. I have got everything set up, so don't worry. I'll keep you up to date. Brighton, Newcastle, Gillingham, Callum Fowler in shambles. Are you on about the result last night? I don't think he's going to lose much sleep over it, though, is he? Losing to Brighton. One of the goals, by the way, was absolutely outrageous. Didn't see who caught it. I just saw a replay of it on Twitter. I'm a Toon fan from Norway. Coventry to win the FA Cup, says Glimpse. Yeah, love to see it. Right, guys, everything's set up. They've just wrapped up the interview after the Port Vale Arsenal game. Eze getting man of the match. I think so. He's just been handed it. Right, everything is set up. We know the 16 teams that are through. Guys, like I say, get your comments in. Let's do it. Who do you support and who do you want to play? Everyone comment down below. Who do you support and who do you want to play? Let's do those final comments before the draw does get underway. 3,000 people in here. How many likes are we on? Probably like 500. Not even 500. Bloody hell. Go on, hit the like button. Oh, we've just gone past 500. Fair play. All right, but come on. There's 3,000 people in here. Let's go for 3,000 likes. Oh, that's a bit ambitious. No, well, we are ambitious over here. Drop a like, subscribe. Let's get some comments in. I've got everything set up, so I'm just going to read through comments, and I will let you know when the draw gets underway. And then, of course, I will take this away. And like before we get into... No, not like that. Like, I'll get rid of this, and then I'll start bringing you the draw as it happens. But it's not just yet. Let's have a look. Cardiff, and I want to play Grimsby. Cardiff, give me Wrexham. I'm a Liverpool fan. I want Grimsby. I'm Cardiff. I want Swansea or Wrexham. Lots of Cardiff fans in here. Cardiff versus Swansea or Fulham. My dream draw is Coventry, says Glimpse. Brentford to get Spurs, says JB. Yeah, quite a few possible London derbies in there, of course. So keep those comments coming. Let's try and read out as many as possible. I'm really sorry if you guys comment and I don't read it out. Let's try and catch all of them. Wycombe fan, Watford fan, we're already out, yeah. Southampton will win the league and the FA Cup. Some of these are just ridiculous. I'm a Hull City fan. And that comment's disappeared. There's so many comments coming in. I'm really sorry. I'm missing half of them. But the gist of it is we've got a lot of Cardiff fans in here, which is interesting. They're starting to dream after last night, aren't they? Beating Burnley away. Great result. But of course, Swansea also pulled off the other big upset in this round when they got past Nottingham Forest last week. And that was just bonkers, wasn't it? So we are set to go. Grimsby are massive. JB with a thumbs up there. What time does the draw start? Okay, once again, guys, if you've just joined us late, the draw does start very soon. It was meant to start at the conclusion of Port Vale Arsenal. Not sure if it's going to start maybe 15 minutes later, so maybe that'll take us up to 10 past 10. So in the meantime, get your comments in. Plenty of clubs in here, of course, who have not won a trophy. Like I say, could you get Brentford or a Brighton? Could they do it? I mean, it feels like Brighton's not a bad shout. Do you know what I mean? Like a bit like a Palace last season winning the FA Cup and Newcastle winning the Carabao Cup. I mean, is it possible Wolves could win it? Of course, Wolves have won stuff before, but you know what I mean? What's realistic? What isn't? Could Grimsby really do it? Some comments in here are saying they're going to win it. Chelsea to get Liverpool. I do not want Brighton, says Dacey. Newcastle to get Wycombe. Massive day out for the Wycombe fans, that would be. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Matt, who is your top four in the champ this season? What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to revisit my predictions probably in the next international break because I didn't do it in the first international break because I don't want to change my mind too soon, if you know what I mean. So I think after the second international break, I might do like a revised prediction if you're interested. Chelsea v Man United. Well, Man United are out, mate. Grimsby to get Liverpool. Yeah, if Liverpool get Wrexham or Grimsby, they'd be good ones, wouldn't they? Right. I don't want Spurs, says Luke. It's going to start at 10:15 apparently. Okay, right. In the meantime, guys, like I say, feel free to just familiarise yourselves. If you haven't already seen the ball numbers, they are next to me. Number 1, Brentford. 2, Brighton. 3 is Cardiff. 4, Chelsea. 5th is Palace. 6, Fulham. 7, Grimsby. 8, Liverpool. 9 is Swansea. 10, Wolves. 11, Wrexham. 12, Wycombe. 13, Man City. 14, Newcastle. 15, Arsenal. And 16, Spurs. Arthur with a donation. He says, imagine the reactions if Wrexham won it. What, the whole cup? Can you imagine? I mean, there's got to be someone in here with the stats. When was the last time a team outside the Premier League actually won an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup or something? It wouldn't have been called the Carabao Cup the last time someone from outside the Premier League won it, but we're probably going back to 90s. Did someone do it in the 90s? Maybe 80s. I mean, you rarely get a non-Premier League team in the final. Like I say, Coventry nearly got to the final, but we didn't. I remember Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. They got to the semi-finals. But like I say, I said this earlier, the problem is with the Carabao Cup is if you're a lower ranked team, when you get to the semis, getting through 2 legs against a Premier League team is just so difficult. People are throwing in years down below. 1991, says Lee. 2013, Wigan. No, so Wigan, guys, Wigan were in the Premier League, weren't they? They got relegated from the Premier League the season they won it, but technically they were a Premier League team. So does that count? I don't think it does it? You can't be relegated and win the cup. Because I know Birmingham, when they won the League Cup in 2011, they got relegated that season. JB, you absolute legend. Thank you so much. He's just donated there with a lovely little super sticker. Thank you, JB. Good luck to Brentford, of course. Good luck to everyone. I really hope you get the draw that you desire. In the meantime, like I say, we'll just push for likes. There's 4,000 people. We could at least get 1,000 likes. What did I set the target as in the live chat? I did say 2k, so that is ambitious. So just make sure you've dropped a like. It really does help the channel. And if you like your football content, I would say make sure to subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe, all of that good stuff. When do you normally stream? If you're trying to catch me for a live stream, it'll either be when Coventry are away and I'm not going, which is kind of like half of the away games. I always try and get to half of them. I've already done Leicester and Derby, but I'm not going to Millwall next week, so there will be a stream for that. And then I tend to stream the cup draws because I just find them quite exciting. It's just the random nature, isn't it? It's just the lottery of the cup draw. Like for the lad, says Flip. Yeah, go on, like it for the lad. Apparently Norwich won the League Cup in '85. Is that the last time a non-Premier League team won a competition, like a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup? Fair play. There was one I knew, which was Sunderland in '73. I think they beat Leeds in the final. I don't know why I've always known that. I just think I saw John Motson doing a piece on it once. But I would have imagined there's been one since then. Football was a little bit more of an even playing field in the 70s and 80s. Certainly not now. You know, like I say, you just don't get League One and League Two teams getting to finals. Let's have a look at some more comments. Wolves to get Grimsby, says Claire. Cardiff over Swansea, says Jacob. 1991 Sheffield Wednesday. So that was it, was it? 1991 Sheffield Wednesday. Okay. So what were they? Were they? What was the championship called then? The second division or the first division? I think that was just before the Premier League, so it would have been called the second division because the Premier League was the first division. As I get my words mixed up. Right, everything is set, guys. I will bring you the draw when it gets underway, but it hasn't started yet. We had some people saying it's going to start at 5:15. If it does, obviously, 10:15. Bloody hell, that's what I meant. 10:15, not 5:15. When it does get underway, we'll bring it to you. But yeah, it hasn't started yet. So in the meantime, just look at who you might be able to play. And feel free to share your thoughts on who you do want to play. Because round 4, I mean, this is, like I say earlier, this is where it gets a bit exciting, isn't it? You got to this stage, if you're a lower ranked team, like a Championship or League 1 or League 2 team, you've had to win 3 games to get here. If you're a Premier League team not in Europe, you've had to win 2 games to get here. If you're a Premier League team in Europe, you've only had to win the 1 game to get here. And a lot of them were tonight with Arsenal, Newcastle, Man City and Tottenham winning against lower ranked opposition. Right. Palace 0, Brighton 6, says Darren. I think that's his prediction for the next round, of course. Have Brighton won both of their games in the Carabao Cup 6-0? They beat Barnsley 6-0. Did they beat Oxford 6-0 as well? Going for the highest scorers in the competition this year, it seems. I've never got my name card read out before, says Anthony. Well, there you go, Anthony. I'll read out your comment. Half-time Oranges says Pompey versus Cardiff in the FA Cup 2008. Well, Cardiff were Championship then, weren't they? Cardiff fan, I want... I don't know what that means. United away? Might need some clarification on that donation. Thank you so much, buddy. Like I say, so many Cardiff fans in here tonight. Just watching back the highlights from the Port Vale Arsenal game, so we're just on hold at the minute. Look at that packed stadium, though. All the Port Vale fans wanted to go down there tonight for the Arsenal game, and that was a cracking finish from Eze as we watched that goal back. That was in the first 10 minutes. Where can I watch the draw? As I say, it is on Sky, but it hasn't got underway yet, so we're just doing a bit of a preview, a bit of a build-up. If you are interested, all of the games from tonight have now played out, so we do know the complete lineup. Penalties was not needed tonight. We had a couple of games going to penalties last week, of course, with Brentford beating Villa and Palace beating Millwall. I'm just watching back the Trossard goal. Good finish, right in front of the Arsenal fans. And that was the one that sealed it on 86 minutes. And as I say, is it about time Arsenal won a cup? You know, I think we're all in agreement. They've got a lot better under Arteta, but they haven't won something since, what, 2020 or was it 2021? They won an FA Cup, didn't they, a few years ago? But I suppose the Carabao Cup's not the main thing that Arsenal are after. They're trying to push for the Premier League, but you'd still take it, wouldn't you? A trophy. Look how much happiness it brought to Newcastle. Of course, they'd gone ages without a trophy. Last year certainly was the year of new teams winning stuff, with Liverpool winning their first Premier League in 5 years. I suppose we can say that's a bit of a wait. Palace winning the FA Cup for the first time ever, and then Newcastle winning the Carabao Cup. Liverpool to win 2-0 at Arsenal. I think Cat's predicting the draw and predicting what the score will be there. Not a whole 5 years since a trophy, says HPYT. Well, I suppose for Liverpool, that is quite a wait. If you think like how big a club Liverpool are. Because Man City won 4 in a row, didn't they? It was just nice to see someone different win it, wasn't it? Would love a derby, but none of our local rivals are left. Would take Cardiff away or anyone not in the Championship, says Jam. Thank you so much. I can't quite see who you support. Is that Wrexham? I'm trying to think. Is that Wrexham? I'm looking at your badge there. Thank you so much for the donation. I still suppose it's a Welsh derby, isn't it? You know, if Wrexham get Cardiff or Swansea. Right. Let's have a look. Thank you for a genuine donation, says Bassett Brush. Thank you to everyone who's donated. Matt, who do you want to see playing each other? I think you've got to hope that Grimsby and Wrexham and Wycombe, they get big days out, I suppose, you know. Or at the racecourse, like I say. If Wrexham got Liverpool at home, that'd be great, wouldn't it? And say Grimsby get Newcastle. Those kind of big games. And then, like I say, you're bound to get two big teams playing each other. Could it be Arsenal versus Tottenham? Up the Wrexham, says Sausage. Fulham, the biggest club in the country to never win a trophy, says Robert. Do we agree with that, Fulham? I mean, obviously they've been in the Premier League for a long time. They've never won a trophy, have they? Yeah. I suppose there's going to be plenty of other fans of clubs that haven't won something that will say theirs is bigger, but yeah, Fulham are a reasonably big club, of course, a Premier League regular, aren't they? Matt, do you think Brighton are feared in this tournament? Well, given their track record in their last 2 games, yeah, you don't want to play them at home. They keep winning 6-0 away from home, but they have played lower opposition. I don't know if Brighton get Arsenal away, they're not going to win 6-0, are they? Right, keep your comments coming. They've just done Darren Moore's interview for Port Vale, of course. So the draw is coming up. Thank you for your patience, guys. I'm always enjoying the interactions with you guys. I just love how the live chat's just full of excitement and optimism, and everyone's like, oh, I wonder who my team's going to get. And then by the end of the draw, we always get 99% of the fans in here going, oh, rubbish draw, it was rigged. But hopefully we get 1 or 2 big games. As I say, it isn't seeded this time. It was in the last round, so we were inevitably going to get the big Premier League European teams drawing the lower teams, but whereas they can play each other now. Predicting Arsenal are drawn second. There you go. What a prediction that is. Thank you so much for the donation there. All donations are massively appreciated. Feel free to check out the link in the description, guys, and drop a like and subscribe while we're waiting. Here we go. Is this the draw? Is this the draw? Yes, here we go. The Carabao Cup draw is on next. Do not go anywhere, guys. They've just panned over to the Carabao Cup draw. Round 4 draw up next. Right, go on then. Hit that like button. We'll try and hit 2,000 likes while we're just waiting. We're on 1,000. There's 5,000 people watching. So do take 2 seconds to hit the like button. Go on, everyone hit the like button. Everyone subscribe. If you're a football fan, you don't have to subscribe, but get involved and support the channel by dropping a like and subscribing. And we did hit 112k, which is really appreciated. I really appreciate that from everyone. I don't know where we're at the minute. Hey, look at that. Absolutely flying. So that's down to you guys. Thanks for your brilliant support. Get involved. Last chance to let me know who you support. So go on. Flood the live chat for one last time. The Carabao Cup draw is just about to come up. So let me know who you support. Let's see how many different fans we've got in here. I have a feeling the team we've got in here the most is Cardiff. There just seems to be loads of Cardiff fans in here. There's a few Swansea fans as well. There's Liverpool fans. Matt, you hit 112, says Kelly. Yes, I just saw. That's brilliant, isn't it? Thank you, Kelly, and thank you to everyone who's got involved. Once again, the draw running late, says Matthew Crisp. Yeah, well, at least we know it's coming now. It feels like sometimes we've sat here after well, at the start of the draw, and it just takes ages, doesn't it? And then they waffle, and then it means I have to waffle to you guys until it gets underway. But yeah, we will have it coming up any second now. Loads of Wrexham fans in here. We've got Blackburn fans, Plymouth, Fulham, Palace, Wrexham, Fulham, Arsenal, Forest. Look at the live chat, absolutely popping. Thank you so much for all your great support. We are set. Everything is ready. Let's have a look. I don't think the Carabao Cup draw's on YouTube tonight, is it? Is it just on Sky? I've got Sky up, obviously. But yeah, we're all set and ready to go. So thank you once again for all of your brilliant support. Keep it coming. Look how many different fans we've got in here. Cardiff, Arsenal, Wolves, Arsenal, Newcastle. Brilliant stuff. And once again, I'll say good luck to everyone. By the way, if you're wondering, my team's not involved. I'm a Coventry fan for anyone that's new to the channel. I still like covering the cup draws even when my team's out. Would rather my team be in it, of course, but what can you do? We're focusing on promotion this season. That's what it is. We wanted to go out. Let's have a look at a few more comments. Matt is a legend. Oh, appreciate that. Matt, I was just at the Huddersfield City game. Disappointed not to score. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm good, thank you. I haven't seen it, obviously, so I'll check the highlights later. But fair play to Huddersfield, giving Man City a reasonably good game by the looks of what I've seen. But as I say, I haven't watched it in full. But yeah, I hope you had a good time anyway. Loads of Wolves fans in here. You've got a Celtic fan. Cardiff to get Swansea. Who do you want to win? Oh, you're going to make me upset everyone. Who do I want to win? All right, well, look, once again, good luck to everyone. But if I'm going to try and pick someone, let's have someone different that's not won the cup this year. I mean, Grimsby would be fantastic, but I just have this feeling, I've felt it for a little while, that Brighton are going to win something soon. You know, we've had Palace last season and, you know, Newcastle last season. And can you put Brighton in a similar category to those two? I mean, you know, Newcastle obviously finished higher last season, but Brighton are always in the sort of top 10, aren't they? Right, here we go then. The draw is about to start. We just had a quick advert there before they've come back to the draw. So thank you once again for all of your patience. I don't know how close we are to 2,000 likes, but yeah, do make sure you've dropped a like and subscribed. Loads of content coming out on the channel. Thank you for the donation, by the way. I just missed one there. Oh my gosh, it just flew past. Thank you so much for that. We had a 79p donation. It's massively appreciated. But yeah, here we go. We're going to start to focus on the draw. Last chance to have a look. I'm going to clear this in a second. They're just running through the ball numbers. As I say, one League 2 team left. Grimsby Town. How many League 1 teams? 2, isn't it? Cardiff and Wycombe. And then it was 2 Championship teams with Wrexham and Swansea. And then the rest are Premier League teams. Right, here we go then. They're going to start the draw. So good luck, everyone. I'm going to move this in 3 seconds. Last chance to get a comment in. Last chance to like and subscribe. And here we go. Jamie Redknapp goes for number 15, which is Arsenal, of course. They got through tonight against Port Vale. Arsenal will take on number 2, which is Brighton. Oh, dearie me. Did we say a minute ago we don't think Brighton are going to win 6-0 at Arsenal? Now we're going to find out. I just said I think Brighton could win the cup this year, but they've got themselves a very difficult game there. Arsenal v Brighton. Next up, here we go. Grimsby are at home. Go on, Grimsby. Get yourselves a big one. Who are Grimsby going to play, guys? They will face number 1, which is Brentford. I think the Brentford fans will be happy. Can Grimsby do it? They've beaten Man United. Can they beat Brentford? Is it impossible? Could you see it happening? What are we saying on that? Grimsby v Brentford. Next up is number 9, which is Swansea City. Go on, give them Cardiff. I'll type it out a bit better in a minute, but I'm just typing it like this so it fits in the page for now. Swansea City will take on number 13, which of course is Man City, who got through tonight. Oh, Swansea getting themselves Manchester City. Next up is ball number 14, which is Newcastle United, the holders of this competition. Newcastle will take on number 16, which of course is Tottenham, who got through tonight against Doncaster Rovers. We can probably fit Spurs in there. There we go. Newcastle versus Spurs. That's a good game, isn't it? We said, you know, we might get two of the big 6 or 7 locking horns. 11, which is Wrexham. Wrexham are at home. I said they'd get Newcastle. They can't. It'd be good if they could get Liverpool or someone like that. I mean, we'll see. Wrexham have got number 3, which is Cardiff. There you go. We've got ourselves a Welsh derby. Obviously, they missed each other, didn't they? Because Wrexham have been promoted while Cardiff have been relegated from the Championship. But there you go. Welsh derby. Liverpool up next. Who are Liverpool going to get? Liverpool will get number 5, which is Crystal Palace, which of course is a game going on this weekend in the Premier League. Liverpool versus Palace. Number 10 up next is Wolves. I've just seen your comment, Harry, in case you're still watching the live stream. I think he's mentioning about Arsenal up there, the way I've spelt it. Wolves will take on number 4, which is Chelsea. So 1 game left. I think you can work out who's left, can you? Wolves v Chelsea, by the way, difficult for Wolves, but they did just win at home to Everton, which was a good result. Who have we got left? I think we've got Wycombe Wanderers. And who was the other one? We've got another Championship team, have we? Well, here we go, Wycombe Wanderers. Now, of course, the Championship teams have been pulled out. It'll be a Premier League team. Wycombe are going to be at home to number 6, which is Fulham. And that is the draw for you guys. Do not go anywhere. Share your reactions to it. I'm going to have to shrink this down so I can type it out properly for you. Arsenal versus Brighton. We've got Grimsby versus Brentford. I quite like that. Could they do it? I don't know. It's a tall order, isn't it? Swansea v Man City. We've got Newcastle versus Spurs. We have Wrexham versus Cardiff. Liverpool versus Palace. That's a cracking match, isn't it? Liverpool v Palace. Wolves versus Chelsea. And we've got Wycombe. If I can spell that right. There we go. Wycombe v Fulham. So that is the draw in full. What do we make of that? Let me just make that a little bit bigger so you guys can see that. It's just a tiny bit bigger there. But what is the standout game, guys? We've got a couple of good matchups, haven't we? With Arsenal v Brighton. That's 2 quality teams. You've got Newcastle Spurs. Wolves Chelsea. Liverpool Palace. Liverpool Palace is a good one. But Grimsby being the lowest ranked team left, of course, then playing Brentford is quite intriguing. Swansea with a really difficult one. They've just beaten Forest. Can they beat Man City? And then Wrexham v Cardiff is one you certainly have to take a look at. The Welsh derby there, of course. They avoided each other in the league, with one being promoted to the Championship and one being relegated from the Championship last season. And then, like I say, Wycombe v Fulham at the end there, which is not the longest journey for the Fulham fans to make on a Tuesday or Wednesday night for the Carabao Cup. But what are we saying, guys? What's our reaction to that? Not bad, is it? Who's the happiest? Is it Brentford? Are they going to be like, yeah, we've done all right here? Is it Fulham? Are they going to be happy? Or are Wrexham going to be happy? You know, at home to Cardiff. Cracking game, isn't it? So share your thoughts if you do support these teams. Make sure you've dropped a like as well. We'll try and hit that like target. I'm not sure if we're going to, but before you sign off, of course, drop a like and subscribe. We'll be here for another 5 minutes just to get your reactions, guys. Because it is always exciting to see what you guys have to say in reaction to the draw. Swansea v Man City. Wow, says Zach. Yeah, difficult for Swansea, isn't it? Brighton to win 6-0, says Max. Again, like I said, they've won every away game 6-0 so far in this competition. Are they going to do it against Arsenal? At least one team outside the Prem will progress, says Saar. Let's have a look. So that is guaranteed, actually, with Wrexham playing Cardiff. So that's a good point. We've got one non-Premier League team guaranteed to get to the quarterfinals. I think Wrexham are going to be happy. I mean, look, I'm not saying Cardiff can't win, because I don't think there's a lot between them, with one being one of the best League One teams and one just coming up from League One. But Wrexham's run in the Carabao Cup has seen them play Hull, Preston, and who did they just beat? Reading. They've not had to play a Premier League team, and they might get to the quarterfinals. That is going to be very exciting in the documentary. Right, share your thoughts. Always tough for the bigger teams playing in Europe and the Premier League. Yeah, it's always a good point. You've got to remember, you know, for Arsenal, they'll be fitting that game in between a Premier League game and then another Premier League game and then a Champions League game and a Premier League game. So, you know, there's always the element that the bigger teams that are in Europe might rest a couple of players, which does present an opportunity to Brighton. Well, I mean, Newcastle and Spurs playing each other. They're both in the Champions League, of course. But Swansea, are they going to play a slightly rotated Man City team as well, maybe? Wolves against Chelsea. Come on, Wrexham. Welsh Derby is on. Well, we did have a lot of Cardiff and Wrexham fans tuning in tonight, and I want to get your thoughts. Kelly says, I would if I could, but I doubt I could get a ticket. What's this? I missed that. I think she's speaking to someone in the live chat. Kelly, let's get your reaction to the draw as a Wrexham fan. What a day, MATTSB, says Riley. Yeah, what a day. What a day. Wrexham are going to win 100-0, says Anthony. There you go. City always get the easy teams. Rigged, says Potato. That is unbelievably harsh to Swansea. I'll have you know they got past Forest in the last round. Right. Like I say, make sure you have dropped a like. Go on, everyone, hit the subscribe button as well, just to support the channel. Lots of content to come. So, yeah, make sure you are liking and subscribing. As far as what's coming on the channel, we've got the League One predictions with Benjamin Bloom that I'll probably put out tomorrow. I'm going to Coventry versus Birmingham on Saturday as well, which should be exciting. And then we'll cover these Carabao Cup games with a predictions video when they come around, probably in October. I love Wrexham v Cardiff. It'll be a big game, says Kelly, especially at this stage of the competition now. If it was in the first round, it'd be a bit more like, But, you know, the winner gets to the quarterfinals. This is getting quite interesting, isn't it? Big place up for grabs next. Grimsby will make it, says Adnan. What do we think? I mean, what chance do we give Grimsby against Brentford? You know, Brentford have got quality, haven't they? Premier League quality against, you know, a League Two team. But Grimsby have shown that they can raise their level. Can they do it? It's a tall order, isn't it? But like I say, it was when they played Man United. Big like for Matt, says Adnan. Thank you so much. I don't know if we're going to hit our like target of 2,000, but nonetheless, your support tonight has been fantastic, guys. Any final comments, guys? We'll be here for another 2 minutes, I reckon, to get your final thoughts. Wrexham have a big opportunity to go far, says Son of Iberia. Grimsby are going to smash Brentford, says Max. Grimsby will make it, says Adnan. Arsenal got another easy draw, says King Simo. Can we say Arsenal got an easy game? I mean, you know, okay, all right, granted, it's not Liverpool and it is at home, but I don't know. Is it a bit naive to just say Brighton's an easy game? I don't know. Like I say, I mean, Brighton are probably going to try and push for top 8 in the Premier League this season, but I definitely think it's about time they really went far in a cup as well. Palace are going to win the cup. What else we got? 98% likely Grimsby will go through, says Saar. The dates of the next fixtures, Flip has asked. Let's see if we can get those up. It's usually late October at this stage, isn't it? I'll just go off what we had in the EFL Cup last season, where, if we go back to October, so 29th and 30th of October last season was when the 4th round games were. So if we go with when the next Tuesday and Wednesday games are around that date, we're probably looking at 28th and 29th of October, guys. Which, actually, thinking about it, for any Wrexham fans, if that's when the next Carabao Cup game is, I think it'd probably be on the Tuesday for Wrexham, because I know on the Friday that week, they play Coventry. So I think on the 28th, Wrexham are going to be at home to Cardiff, and then on the 31st, they'll be at home to Coventry. Just looking at when I think the games will be. Chelsea will beat Wolves 4 or 5-0. I support Marseille, but good luck to all the English teams in this competition. Cheers, buddy. That's very kind of you. Looking forward to seeing these matches, says Connor. Right, so many comments. Thank you once again to everyone who's tuned in. One last minute, guys. Final thoughts, very final thoughts, because we are going to wrap it up. If you've just joined us, you have missed the draw, but that is the draw for you. I've typed it all out, so if you want to have a look, let me know what your thoughts are. Comment, what's the best game?
What's the worst game? What's going to be the most entertaining? Feel free to share your thoughts on all of that, and then I will be wrapping it up. Matt, it's my birthday on the 4th of October. I'll be turning 17. Well, happy birthday for then, Connor, if I don't see you before then, mate. Wolves are going to win 3-1, says Daz, and Zach says Swansea are going to win 2-1. Right, here we go. Brighton fan, not really happy with that, but got to beat the best if you want to do well. Yeah, you know the old saying, beat the best to be the best. Spurs Newcastle is the best match, says Jin Saj. Is it Newcastle Spurs? I think it's going to be quite good, isn't it? Because you feel like that could go either way. I always like home advantage. So, you know, am I leaning towards Newcastle maybe? Depends how serious they both take it. Of course, Newcastle are defending this competition, but Spurs won something last season. Can they win something again? I definitely think Liverpool Palace will be a good game. And Arsenal Brighton in terms of, you know, quality. And then entertainment, I think you've got to say Wrexham Cardiff should be good, and it's always going to be interesting to see how the lowest ranked team gets on, which is Grimsby, as they take on Brentford. Thanks, Matt, for the stream. First time watching, and I really enjoyed it, says Kem. Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, if it's your first time, feel free to subscribe for football content. We did Premier League predictions earlier, so feel free to check all of that stuff out. But yeah, drop a like and subscribe before you sign off. I'm going to go in 30 seconds. I need to try and wrap up some of these final comments. Big up, Matt, says Glimpse. I'll be watching Swansea v Man City. Will either championship team go forward in the competition? You'd make Wrexham the favourites out of the two championship teams to get through, wouldn't you? With Swansea playing Man City. The best place for football content, says Glimpse. Well, I appreciate that. I certainly watch a lot of other content creators, but if you guys enjoy this one, then thank you very, very much. Right, I'm going to sign off. Final chance to say farewell. Say goodbye in the live chat. Thank you to everyone, by the way. A massive thanks, whether you're a regular viewer or a new viewer, for checking out the channel. Like I say, we do draws, live streams for all the draws, so we'll be back for the quarter-final draw. Can you believe it? We're down to the quarter-finals after this. Great coverage, says Joseph. Bye-bye, everyone, says Connor. Lovely coverage, Matt. Cheers. One Welsh team will advance, says Connor. Well, we're guaranteed at least one with Wrexham playing Cardiff. Right, that is it from me, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. Check out the link in the description to follow the other socials. Enjoy your nights, guys. Make sure you've dropped a like, subscribed. That is the draw in full. Let me read it out one last time. Arsenal will play Brighton. Grimsby will play Brentford. Swansea Man City. Newcastle Spurs. Wrexham Cardiff. Liverpool Palace. Wolves Chelsea. And Wycombe Fulham. That is your complete round 4 draw. Take care, guys. See you in the next one. Peace out, everyone.